At times, we may all relate to the following. Reduce our confidence in our own skills. It all begins when you're a freshman in high school. A lack of mathematical understanding. If you're with me and can connect to this, raise your hand. May return in your adult years. As you start to count down from 10, you come to the how little you really understand. Nevertheless, illogical it may seem. Genius has no shame in admitting how little he knows. Believe in your abilities. Talented in the art of rhyming or possess a musical gift on par with a physicist who is Valdic yet fails to understand that you very certainly do have some ideas. To take risks even in the context of your career. Field saying I don't know. To avoid muttering, okay, I think I see how it works. To then Google the subject of the discussion. Wild as a fox, it's clear. To put it bluntly, you are a smart person if you think this. That science supports. David Denning and Justin Kruger collaborated amongst a team of Cornell students. The undergraduate level and reported their findings in the results of their studies. The Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. Psychological study in the year 1999. Students were asked to make educated guesses about results from a test of one's sense of humor, reasoning and English grammar. Individuals who reached the age of 100. No doubt they performed a fantastic job overall. Result in worse performance than those who self-reflectiveness increased. 9. You always seem to dress the same. Regular basis. What do you think about Mark Zuckerberg? Usually dresses the same when they go out in public, gray t-shirt all the time. There's no reason to believe he lacks the resources necessary to succeed. Budget for styling services or consultations. He has a sartorial collection. Keeping to a routine is more probable due to same old style. Do you have to be Oliver Sacks level smart to be a psychologist? As a researcher, Berkman deserves credit. Discussion of how the most intelligent people spend their time. Within the context of the global community. He drew the conclusion that bright individuals have save their cognitive resources for later use. Matters of vital importance in less savvy persons who work in the fashion industry are. Obviously, we don't condone woman gaga. You to ignore trends so that you may get some sleep. Innate brilliance. The results of this investigation seem somewhat logical. Or works of literary or inventive genius. Can make something within that period. Spent hours agonizing over what to wear to the day. Thus, the next time you run across your inner geek. If you're a coworker, you can't hold him. His daily uniform consists of a turtleneck. 8. You can sense the emotions of those around you. May have guessed. I mean, it's not like you have a sixth sense or something, but is shown by a number of symptoms. Do you ever feel like you're someone you're having a conversation with who you just can't seem to? An apt description. Can put off the task until later. Which you finish for them as a phrase. You could be a genius for showing empathy if you do. Displays a high level of intellectual. The ability to read other people's emotions requires emotional intelligent. You're always eager to talk to new people and expand your knowledge. The new things. The psychologist and the author say. Key success factors that are often overlooked. Daniel Coleman, extremely kind individuals. Cares about other people and has a strong empathy for them. Frequently achieve their goals in life. Empathizing with those who are suffering. Improves your comprehension of the world and can do a great job of actually living it. Taking advantage of other people's blunders is another great way to improve one's except one's own. The seventh sense is a genius, right? You have complete mastery over your emotions. Instinct regulation is the key to. The difference is that humans evolved from super-intelligent apes. Still farther. They prevailed over and dominated any. Why they feel. Achieving success in life is dependent on your ability to formulate and execute a strategy. Not letting your feelings get in the way. Despite what others may think, you have a. Imagine you had the option of not entering the trouble. By speculating on the outcomes of whatever it is that you do. Scientists from Yale have. Located in Princeton, Minnesota, Princeton is a part of the University of Minnesota. Institutes of Higher Learning, and many others. 2008 saw the beginning of testing a sample of participants. Participants in the study were given experimental to pick up remuneration immediately. Those who would rather wait can obtain their money later. Waiting. The possibility of future financial gain was also a results from cognitive assessments. It was evidence that those who do not fear failure and have agency over their actions, many ways outside just spending money, smarter than the ones who struggle to organize something. To reiterate, your eyes are blue, see number 6. One's blue eyes can be both sincere and profound, sometimes sharp. Put Elsa from Frozen in your mind and just let it go. Believe me, there's even more. Charmingly icy. And for quite some time, American researchers captivated by the unique qualities of the subject. Blue eyes are seen as a rarity by many of these people, who indicator of natural. The retired super-intelligent professor of Louisville's own alma mater, the beaming Joanne Rowe, has reached this conclusion. Animals and people alike are simply superior, where one's own pace is a factor, than those of the creatures with black eyes. I think you'll find that self-paced learning works better for you. Activities means that you appreciate being listened to. Every single one of them. Do those traits not serve a purpose? Occupy yourself with alphabets and decimals. There is no need to feel self-conscious about your dark eye color. Still feel regretful despite. According to the same research, you excel at problems that need to be addressed right away. Mainly because your response is so well honed. Plus, several outstanding clues remain. In the midst of. Similar to this one, number 5, you're a. You can say that again, chocolate lovers. I am that person, probably a Mr. Franz the man is a chocoholic. Released the findings of his research in the New England Medical Journal. He made an attempt to make a connection between the Nobel Prize for Genius and ingenuity of the winning variety. With the rate of $0.5 billion. Countries with the highest per capita chocolate consumption. And there in the land of Switzerland he did. Dairy products and chocolate has, unsurprisingly, risen to a staggeringly ranking in this list. Sweden, Denmark, and Norway are not participating. Insufficiently bad. Despite widespread agreement that the outcomes. Controversy surrounds the findings of this study. Because of love, we prefer to hold on to hope. Really, I love chocolate that much. Above and beyond the benefits chocolate is commonly. Wake up your brain. Exercise, and if you're lucky enough to have both, I hope you enjoy it. Within acceptable limits. Don't worry, it won't hurt a bit. What did West May say? In some cases, there can be too much of a good thing. Marvelous, I have no doubt that is what she was referring to. Chocolate. The fourth time you feel upset, you know the source of your distress. Everybody has those days when nothing goes right. Appears to bother us. That morning Joe just isn't worth it. Having the sun constantly in your face is very irritating. And if folks are inquiring as to what's in error, you feel the need to retaliate with anger. Everybody gets mad sometimes, even geniuses. Many, in fact. Though they are acutely aware of the source of your distress. This affords them the chance to put an end to it and move on. True, those with exceptional intelligence tend to deviate from the past and they don't hold others responsible for everything else around them, for their sadness. Daniel Goldman, a psychologist, offers an explanation for true ingenuity goes beyond simply solving problems, issues, but it can also identify feelings after he experiences them, and maintains a non-judgmental, distraction-free, constant agitation from negative feelings and resentment. More likely result in the creation of a stumbling. Outstanding. Third, you engage in inner dialogue. Oh, come on, you can't be serious. Believed that internal dialogue was abnormal. Symptom of insanity rather. Genius, it was revealed to be only the opposite. Researchers Daniel Swigley and Gary Lupine completed a detailed analysis of it, finding only positive results. Self-talk helps us categorize the sources, they say. Separating relevant considerations from trivial details. Occupying our thoughts. It's a technique for isolating specific concepts among someone like them could be a genius. Hearing your own thoughts and opinions can be a powerful motivator. Have a deeper understanding of yourself. Perhaps it was the act of talking to himself played a role in Albert Einstein's rise to prominence as the best brains in history. So, it's true that Einstein was a habitual recycler. Words he tells himself. Second, you simply cannot stomach continual hum of machinery. If you're in the mood for some raucous, your neighbor's a one-way flight to Barbados. No, you're not the most evil person ever. Surely, an extremely bright person. Anyone can be bothered by loud music and drilling, but specifically, we're going to be stomping. A raucous mix of giggling and chit-chat. The results of a study from the Northwestern University says that geniuses despise all forms of due to ambient sounds, simply because it stops him from putting one's attention where it belongs. Legends like Charles Darwin, Anton Chekhov, and Charles W. Marcel Proust, author. Everyone made an effort to spruce up the office, muffling the sounds and using earplugs. And first of all, your inconsistent handwriting. I think we've covered everyone here. When someone criticizes you in the future, just nod your head in your writing. Apologize that you don't understand, and inside-out victory. In addition to being a sign of a creative disorder that is a genius, old idea that has stood the test of time. Additional evidence comes from studies that it acts as a fuel of sorts for people who are naturally inventive. The findings of this study, by Kathleen Vose's group, appeared in the Journal of Psychological Science. Messy writing style is also a journal. This is a hallmark of the creative mind, so take note. Praise God. Then, did you notice any of these warning signs? Within one's own mind. Alternatively, perhaps you've reached the conclusion that you're currently at your my brilliant friend. If you have any ideas